Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will grow up believing that it is stupid. I firmly believe in this statement by Albert Einstein. I think that every single individual on this earth has the capacity to grow and learn things, but some people do better in certain situations than others. People like options, and that's why I think that homeschooling is gaining popularity. First off, I think that state funding is influencing this. Secondly, I think that people are becoming more aware of the 3 C's, which are homeschool conferences, camps, and commonwealths. And third, I think that people are becoming aware of the choice that you have to choose what type of education you want. The Department of Education said that from 2003 to 2012, there was a 61.83% increase in the amount of homeschoolers in the United States. Like I said before, I think state funding is greatly influencing this. Now more than ever, there's way more money being put into homeschooling. Homeschoolers have the opportunity to become a part of certain online schools or to use funding from the government. So for instance, here in Utah, we have My Tech High, we have K-12, and we have Williamsburg Academy. All of these are focused in different areas. So for instance, with My Tech High, you can study things such as graphic design or photography or audio engineering, just very digital things. And they're really focused on helping kids become more entrepreneurial. So if kids have business ideas, then they will help push those ideas and help you really get a footing so that you can create your own business. And then with Williamsburg and K-12, they kind of focus more on the academic of just writing, reading, English, and math, and they help you succeed there. With Williamsburg Academy, they also provide opportunities for kids to go all over the world and do service things like building hospitals in Ghana and going and building schools in New Mexico. So those online schools are all affecting how homeschooling is happening now. There's also, like I said, money being put into this. So for instance, my family just moved to California, and we all grew up homeschooled, and so my younger siblings now are experiencing how they do homeschooling in California. And because of the laws they have there, they're able to go to places such as Disneyland, SeaWorld, zoos, national parks, all these really fun places because the government has put aside money so that they can have the same experiences that kids in school also get to have. Next are the 3 C's. So the 3 C's, like I said, were conferences, camps, and commonwealths. Conferences, there's a lot of homeschool conferences. Up in Ogden, there's something called the Winter Homeschool Conference every year, and there's also something in Salt Lake called the Family Forum. And these conferences are there so that parents can learn exactly how to best homeschool their children. So they have opportunities where you can learn about different clubs and groups that their kids can be a part of. They learn about curriculums like Saxon, Abeka, and Sonlight, so that they can best help their child learn. Then there's camps. So at these camps, there's a lot of different types. There's something called the etiquette simulation that helps you learn how to be a respectable person and respect others and how to react in difficult situations, social situations. It also helps you know how to, for instance, eat at a banquet because a lot of people don't know how to eat at formal events, and that's something that they teach you how to do. There's something called the Summit, and Summit is something that helps youth teach children. So their goal is to have youth become servant leaders and help these kids learn different values such as working hard and seeking knowledge and promoting peace and different things like that. And then there's commonwealths. Commonwealths are what homeschoolers refer to as homeschool school. So at homeschool school, you have about 30 to 50 homeschool families, and the parents that are most qualified volunteer to teach certain classes. So they'll have classes on poi ball dancing, emergency prep, symbology, science, just this whole broad range of classes. And you get to go on campouts, and you get to go to things like the Shakespeare Festival, and it's just a super fun environment where kids can learn to interact and get social, because that's something a lot of people are worried about when they're homeschooling. And they can learn an environment that their parents are a part of and get to help in. Which leads me to my third point, which is choice. People really like homeschooling now because it gives them flexibility. They can choose to include God, to include just anything that these children are wanting to focus on. So for instance, when I was a senior in high school, I was very interested in politics and still am. But I was able to fly to California in the middle of the week to go to a political conference because I didn't have to go to school and I had time to study what I found interesting. And my parents supported me in that. And my siblings also got to do the same thing when they were my age. They went and they interned at the Utah State Capitol because they had that opportunity and that time to do that. The National Center of Education said that 91% of parents homeschool because they are concerned about the environment and that their child is going to learn in. So I think the reason that homeschooling is becoming so much more popular now is because there's more funding, people are more aware of the 3 C's, and people can choose exactly what type of environment they want their child to grow and learn in. Thank you.